BeastNet Podcast, sponsored in part by James Safety Services, OCR Buddy, and supported by the fitness community. Here we discuss all things fitness related, running, rucking, mental health and preparedness, and of course, obstacle course racing. Welcome to the BeastNet.
Hey everybody out there in BeastNet land, you got Brother Boggs here, and I'm just giving you a quick introduction. Mike was so excited when he was recording this because he was out bucking hay that he forgot to record the intro.
Hey! There's another mug we haven't seen. How do I do this video view? Here we go. Gallery.
It's just weird because the whole Spartan thing, because it doesn't look like they're using ChronoTrack anymore. Because if I go on a ChronoTrack, it doesn't show anything.
Yeah, they there was something that I was looking at and I noticed it wasn't through ChronoTrack.
Yeah.
Hi, Justin.
What's up, guys?
Hey.
How was your weekend?
Expensive.
That's not good.
Home improvements will do that.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. You were fixing up the house.
Yeah, 60 boxes of flooring.
Woo.
Ooh.
So that'll be fun.
Is it the whole house that you're doing?
The whole upstairs.
Oh. Yeah,
So,
when we did we bought, I think we ended up going through 30, and it was just our bedroom, our master bedroom, the hall, and the master bath. And then we did the dining room. And we still have like 6 boxes left. But Chris wants to do the kitchen, so we're holding on to it.
yeah, when we bought the house, the whole downstairs is laminate flooring, and the entire upstairs was carpeted except for like the bathrooms and the laundry room. And so we've lived here 7 years. And so the carpet that they put in was that cheap contractor grade carpet when they build new homes.
Yeah.
So it doesn't last. So it's time to replace it. And so, yeah, so we're painting everything and painting all the rooms and all that good stuff. So, yeah.
But it'll be nice when it's done.
I know. I told the wife to freaking stay off of Pinterest.
Impossible.
Yeah, so now she's watching home improvement shows like Property Brothers.
That's the worst because they have like high-end shit on that, and it's like, and it's really cute stuff that's like,
Yeah.
so much more expensive.
Yeah, but a lot of those shows too, you watch them where people are going to redo their house and they're like, yeah, I'm an influencer and I'm this and I walk dogs for a living and we have a budget of $700,000 for our house. And you're like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. It's like, I want that.
Yeah, no joke. I know we watched that one. It's based up in Canada. I think it's called Love It or List It, where, yeah, the husband and wife are like, you know, the husband's like, I'm a dog washer. And the wife's like, I'm a freaking something else that's stupid. And our budget's $1 million. And it's like, what? You know?
You got to wonder if some of these people are actually like, come from money.
Oh, they must.
Drug dealers.
Or, yeah.
What?
Like,
Or they're drug dealers and they're just lying about they really do.
Yeah, the car wash or the dog washing is a front.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get a chair.
Sorry, I was wrapping my knee real quick trying to ice it. So
Yeah. You ready for Vegas this weekend?
hopefully. I've been fighting a knee issue, but it's not bad. It's just enough that it's annoying. So,
Yeah.
Because I did.
Are you resting until you go?
Sure, I am.
Yeah. Right.
Mike.
I've been resting. I didn't do the half marathon I was planning on doing this weekend. I only did the 7 miles with a 40-pound ruck. So
That's terrible. That's terrible. Hi, Benton.
he was back. He just walked that way.
Yeah, I saw him go by you.
So
I know.
sitting
I
on the
ran
couch for
into
this one. Normally
Dawn.
I'm at my desk.
Oh, yeah. I ran into Don at Dirty Leprechaun. He was starting his second loop, and I was about finished with my race, and we were talking for a minute. And I was like, I thought Mike was going to come down with you. And he goes, no, he's got Vegas coming up. And so he's kind of taking it easy. I said, oh, okay. And I go, really? And he goes, no, he's freaking doing, it's like doing the freaking 5K and 10K tribute this week. I go, today? And he goes, yeah, he's doing both today. He goes, and then tomorrow we're getting together and doing, and I'm like, okay, that's not taking it easy, but.
Yeah, I'm not good at the taking it easy, but.
No, neither am I.
If you were supposed to be trying to do like because you're doing a competitive heat, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you rest up a little, give yourself a day or two, and then I mean you're going to travel, and I'm sure you're going to want to stretch out and do a little, maybe a mile or two.
Yeah. I mean, I'll relax a little. I mean, I did a 5K today with Dawn. So, I mean, we walked it. I mean, it was an easy 5K. I didn't do my normal, run hard.
Right.
But so I've been trying to take it a little easy, but it's not easy for me. It's one of those, I think, because I've lost all the weight and done all that. I feel like if I take it easy, I just feel like I'm going to stop doing it. It's going to kill my momentum even more. So,
yeah.
Well, kill your momentum and be gaining all your weight are two different things. So
I know, but I've just been, I've got a lot of goals this year. So
yeah,
I'm doing the competitive heats in Vegas. Montana, I'm running with my family. I'm running with everybody. So, I'm not planning on doing any other competitive heats besides those. I got a couple races. I might sign up by myself just to get some, but those won't be Spartan races. Those are going to be some normal road races and stuff like that. So.
Yeah. Justin, you're doing Montana too, aren't you?
I'm signed up for it. Yeah.
But
well, no, I've been dealing with. So for me, like I had some really good momentum running in that. And then once the gyms opened back up, I quit running, which was stupid. And so in January, I started a different training program to work, to build my stamina back. And so I started running again. Now I'm dealing with a plantar fascia issue still, because those things take forever to recover from. So, I mean, so Muddy Valentine was kind of my test, or Dirty Leprechaun was my test race to see because how it would go. Because I've been kind of taking it easy and freaking taking a lacrosse ball and rolling out my feet and that. And so, so what didn't do too bad. I mean, the feet bugged me a little bit, but what I'm finding is that like if I'm at home trying to run on the treadmill and my feet start bothering me, I'm like, okay, I can just stop and then I'll hop on the assault bike or the rower to get cardio. Versus out on the course, I couldn't stop. I was like, okay, well, I need to keep going.
Right.
And so, so I think, with that, when it comes time for, and I signed up for the trifecta weekend too, because I had all my freaking canceled race codes from 2020 that I needed to use. So, so I think the only race I'm going to have to pay out of pocket for is Portland.
Wow.
Because Montana was all race codes from last season, and so was Seattle Beast and Super in September. So the only race I'm going to have to pay for is the Portland Sprint. And then those are the only, pretty much the only races I'm doing this year. So
the only one I had to pay for was the Dallas Ultra, but because of one of my other codes, I paid $27 for it.
Yeah.
I do any of the codes from the Spartan codes work for the Ultra then? Or is it because you're street team?
And I don't remember which one it was, but it was one that it gave me a discount on it. I had to pay for the upcharge it. So I used my Beast code, and then I had to pay I think it was $27 to upcharge it.
Yeah. Because Chris is trying to do the Dallas Ultra. She keeps waffling on it. I know she can do it.
She's doing it. Don't tell her. Tell her to stop waffling. We talked about this during the Star Course. She's doing this because she's going with me, and we're finishing that thing.
Well, and this is the thing is that I need to get everything paid for. And the longer we wait, the more expensive it's becoming. So it's the boys. It's my hubbies.
What? Oh.
What hubbies? Like I have more than two.
She knows which one it is. I mean, She was my race wife a couple weeks ago, so Chris was.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for the sport course.
Yeah. Well, and I'm, she wants to do it, and I know she can do it. And I realized that until I can get back into the shape I was pre-injury, like the very first injury, I don't even want to, I'm scared to do the beast right now because of how bad my back is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. But going back to Justin, the plantar issue, because I remember when right after the year after my knee, I ended up having to do the surgery because I tried the PT, I tried the conservative, I tried the injections, nothing worked. So did your podiatrist send you or show you like different stretches you can do?
Oh no, I haven't even seen a podiatrist because I have Kaiser insurance.
Okay.
And so my doctor emailed me some stretches and was like, you can do a video visit with PT and they can kind of talk to you. But like the one thing I hate about hospital physical therapy is that they just get you back to activity of daily living. So like I can walk just fine. It doesn't bother me when I walk. Like I can be on my feet all day at work walking around. It's just when I try to run that it bothers me. That's what I tried to explain to them. I'm like, I'm fine walking around all day at work or walking around the stores, whatever. It's just when I put on my running shoes and try to run that it bothers me. And so
hard like, insoles. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's fine. And so like with hospital PT, through your insurance, they just get you back to an activity of daily living. Yeah. So if I wanted to actually see, because like when I jacked my shoulder up, because I have 2 tears in my right rotator cuff. And so I did the MRIs and all that, saw a sports orthopedic surgeon, and he was like, well, I could do surgery, but your range of motion and everything. He goes, if I did a rotator cuff repair on somebody and they get, and they're at where you are right now after 12 weeks, he goes, that's a success. Mm-hmm. He goes, so I could do surgery if you wanted, but I wouldn't recommend it. And I was like, well, what about physical therapy? And he goes, nope, that won't do anything for you. And I'm like, well, there's got to be something we can do. So I actually paid out of pocket and went and saw a sports performance PT, and we worked on some strengthening exercises for the small stabilizer muscles around it. So I'm kind of thinking I might have to do the same thing with my plantar fasciist, is work with that sports performance guy again instead of hospital PT, because it's not affecting my daily living. It's affecting my activities that I like to do.
Right.
That is the worst. Because that's like when I broke my foot. It was, they didn't do PT, they didn't do anything because it was to get back to job of injury.
Yeah.
And my job of injury was sitting at a desk.
Yeah.
So I didn't, that's what a lot of people surprised with how bad my foot was broken. I never once saw a physical therapist.
Man, I spent a lot of money on my foot trying to get it back to normal so it wouldn't hurt to walk, because mine wasn't that bad. It hurt to walk, and it was every day.
That
Yeah.
It hurts to run.
Yeah. And so what he told me, like some of the conservative measures was a hard. Yes, she's got
Hi, Chris. There's my other race wife.
It was a hard insole, like an orthotic. And of course I paid to have the custom ones done, but you don't have to do that. I mean, you could do, I guess, somebody was saying, one of the guards at the hearing office before everything got shut down, he has plantar issues, and he went to Walmart and they have a machine, and he says those work pretty good. I don't know how good, but Roadrunner has that. Because I don't know if you have a Roadrunner down there where you live. They have those ones, and those are so much cheaper.
Yeah, I was actually contemplating going to Roadrunner and getting their, like where the orthotic is molded to your feet, the insole, and see if that helps.
That would be a good idea.
Because I have a pair, I just can't find them.
Yeah.
So
maybe you'll find it as you're doing your house.
Probably. Yeah,
That's
it's
one thing I
probably-
found when we moved. I found a whole lot of things I'd forgotten that we even owned, and now I have no idea where any of them are now. So
yeah.
Well, yeah, because you're moved now.
yeah,
I'll put them in a safe place.
yeah, I do that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send you a video too of some stretches that you can do. Yeah, because I mean, like I said, I went through a lot to try and get it back to where it was, and then finally gave up after a year, 8 months or a year, and did surgery. And that was the worst mistake of my life,
That problem.
Yeah.
Justin.
Oh yeah, it all starts with your it all starts here.
They can't see. Hold on, do it again.
It all
think she's trying to
starts
show a
here. Once you stretch out the hamstrings, then your whole thing will line up.
Yeah.
That's I'm horrible at stretching. I do not, and
See,
that's one thing.
yeah,
a lot
now
of
that
people
I'm
don't
almost
admit
like-
to. I run as much as I do, and I never stretch.
Yeah, I at least spend at least 15 minutes stretching. Yeah, it's important to stretch out.
I spend about 15 minutes a year stretching.
That's horrible. Hi.
Hi,
All the wives are coming out.
mine's
Yep.
like right there. She's there. There's her
Hey,
hand.
hi. Amber's hand.
I miss
yeah.
you guys.
There you go.
Nice to see you, Justin.
You too, Chris.
Hi, Amber.
I haven't seen you in a long time.
I know.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. Hopefully one day. I saw Justin. I've been lucky enough to see everybody here. I saw Chris a couple weeks ago. We did the
I've
Star
seen you
Course.
all summer doing hell.
Yes. And we
Yeah.
did some crazy things. You know, we did some,
Great.
I did a half marathon with you guys, you know, Chris and
Yeah,
or Sirena
Great.
showed
my
up for my
first.
birthday. And then
my
Justin, I
first.
saw you down in Bend at those couple races.
Man.
So I'll be
I
down there
wish-
for their ranch race in May 29th.
Oh, are you
Who
doing
is?
I'll be down in Bend for their branch challenge.
Oh.
Where was Justin at?
And
He
he's
was down in
down in
Bend.
Bend.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I did in October in Bend with and Mike and Tatiana and
Jesse.
Steve were there.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I have that.
I ended up with the biggest rope burns on the back of my legs from doing that traverse.
Oh yeah, that's
Dang.
But
I
I
have
made
that full marathon coming up in June or August. That
The downhill one. Mike, are
I'm
you
in
doing
the
that?
June. Of course. The sign up for that's March 24th.
yeah, I'm already registered
June.
from the year before.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because you guys are supposed to do it together.
I think I signed up for the wrong one though.
I think she might have because there's two different ones that do the same course.
Yeah,
So you need to change it.
it's not that easy. That thing is sold out like.
Yeah, the 24th. It usually sells out within I think last time it sold out within an hour.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, you got to get switched over so you better get on it.
I
Go ride them right now.
go ride 'em right now. I'm going on the bike. I signed up
Have
for this
fun.
stupid thing where I have to be on the bike for 12 hours.
Straight?
bro.
She's going to take a 15-minute break every 2 hours.
2 hours.
Take a 15-minute break, bathroom, eat, nutrition, maybe
Yeah.
change.
That doesn't
Yeah.
sound fun at all.
Well, it's one of those,
Yeah.
stupid things that
Yeah, I know.
stupid people sign up for.
So
Oh, no,
one of our
No, trust me, I know. I bought one of those Rogue Echo bikes for my gym, for the garage, and as soon as I got it, I signed up for their 50 cal challenge, and it's bike 50 cals as fast as you can. I hadn't been on an assault bike in a year from not doing CrossFit. Signed up for it, and I'm took me 10 minutes to get 50 calories, and I thought I was dying
yeah.
because those freaking Rogue
feel-
assault aren't like the regular assault bikes at a CrossFit gym. I mean, those things suck. They suck.
The one
We
thing I
got rid
haven't
of our
done yet.
assault bike.
I don't have a bike yet. My niece has one that she says I can come get. I just haven't gone over and got it yet. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the best thing that saved my knees and my, just everything. It's the best thing because I can't run. So just
most of mine's 90% of what I do is running. I go run, I run,
rucking, rucking, kettlebells, and biking and lifting heavy
Yeah.
weight.
Yeah, my ruck will be here Wednesday.
Oh,
Oh,
you
good.
ordered one?
I already have the plane. I just haven't got the wreck yet.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to do, I think Virginia said something about doing 12 miles on Sunday, this Sunday.
I'll be in Vegas.
Yeah.
Well, that's not, nobody cares about that. Nobody likes you, Mike.
I'll be in Vegas where the Three Amigos started, where we got our first,
Yeah.
I keep seeing all this stuff. It's at that time. I keep seeing
everything
pop up with memories of Vegas.
Oh man. I've gotten so many memories, like, 3 years ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Because 2018 Vegas race was the first race that I met Mike at.
Yeah.
Gosh, dang it.
Yeah.
That was the first one that we met was at the, And see, I've done it 2016, 17, 18, 19. So, and I just didn't do it in 20 because, of course, it didn't happen in 20.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this whole month has just been, look, Vegas, 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 Vegas. I'm like, if they
Man.
can't somebody.
See, and I almost booked like the flight and the room because flights were like $70 round trip. It was ridiculously cheap to Vegas.
Yeah.
And then book our timeshare and be like, you know what? If we don't race, then at least we're hanging out in warmth and, maybe the lazy river's open or whatever.
Yeah, we're staying. I don't think we're staying at the same one. We're staying at a different condo, but we're staying at one of the condos down there.
Oh, you're staying down in Vegas?
Yeah. Yeah, because Amber's basic thought is I'm going to be a lot faster than normal, so we'll be in and out of the race venue because you can't stay and party or do anything. So as soon as I'm done racing, we're gone.
Yeah.
I was talking to Christina about that, Christina Horton, the other day about how, I'm not really into racing, but I want to socialize.
No.
I want to socialize, and there's nothing we can't socialize.
And that's going to be the hardest part. That's what a lot of people we've talked about is like, I'm so used to socializing. That's why I'm looking so forward. I mean, Vegas is going to be fun, but I'm looking more forward to Montana and stuff like that. Cause then I can, as my family, like we've always done, we're going to go through this thing and do it, trudge through the woods together as a family.
As long as we can all get close to the same start time.
We'll just we'll camp out in the woods and wait for the other people to catch up.
Damn it. I want to go.
Where?
Montana.
Oh yeah, me too.
It's gonna be an interesting one. It's just like I said, that's gonna be the hardest part, I think. I've seen a lot of people say that the hardest part is not being able to like socialize because that was it. It's an all-day event normally.
Yeah.
And now it's gonna be pretty much like Vegas. We're like, okay, we're gonna drive up there, I'm gonna run the races, we're gonna drive back to Vegas, hang out for the evening, drive back up in the morning, I'll run the race in the morning, and then we'll drive back. And I think we're gonna be there Monday and Tuesday. So I think we're gonna run out to the Grand Canyon because me and Amber, neither one of us have ever been there.
Yeah.
So we're gonna drive over there and because it's not, the races are gonna be fun, but there's not that,
Yeah.
No. Well, hey Mike, do you know if for Summit to Swamp, are we able to socialize?
Yes. It's going to be basically the way she's doing it is it's pretty much however you want to. It's going to be like, because we talked about it. It was one of those like, I don't know. I mean, you're the same age. I mean, do you remember like when, I don't know if your community did this, but when I was growing up, our city had a big, get together where everyone would go to it and have like giant picnic and everything at the park and all that.
Yeah.
That's basically what it's going to be.
Okay.
We're going to be able to camp. We're going to have a big picnic. There's not going to be any real actual race. If we want to go play on anything, we can do whatever we want. So it's just going to be kind of a big, like, get together and have fun.
Is that the one in Bend?
No, that's Randall.
Randall.
Yeah.
Is that?
So that's how about you?
Yeah. Where is, what time, when is that?
The last week in April, I think.
Okay.
24th.
Yeah.
Putting in my calendar.
So that's going to be a fun one. That's just going to be from everything I've talked to her, because she didn't want to have a big, whatever, didn't want to, she just wants everyone to get together and have fun.
Yeah. Because I'm not going to run that one, but I was going to come up because I'm off on Saturdays. And so I was going to come up and just kind of hang out for a little bit.
Yeah.
So I could see everybody.
And like I said, that is the hardest part, I think, because it's like one of those things, like I said, I've seen you guys, but, just for a minute. I mean, I saw Justin, really for a couple minutes before the first race in Bend, and then you were volunteering when I had to pick up that huge giant rock.
Yeah.
That was the biggest Atlas ball I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I think they said 102 pounds.
Something like that.
And once I picked it up, I carried it the whole way, and Tatiana's like, I'm so proud of you. I'm like, that's because I knew if I put it down, I couldn't pick it back up.
Yeah. Yeah.
At that point,
Yeah, I
if I
haven't
put it
been
down, I was gonna roll it the rest of the way.
Just kick it down the hill. I haven't seen Justin in face to face. It's like the only contact I've had with you has been
Video
through online.
Yeah,
Facebook and that.
Yeah.
I know. It's
and I think I've been more in touch with Nicole than I have with you.
probably. Well, and even like, just being here in Portland, like I think I've seen Zane just a handful of times also.
Yeah.
that was why, I saw Zane with you at that second one, because we went out to breakfast the next day and all that with Tony and Patrick and all that. But yeah.
Yeah, Tony was up here for the ruck thing on Saturday.
Oh, was
the
she?
one that you did on Sunday? Yeah, I know. Crystal told me, she's like, yeah, I met this girl. She was really, really cool. And she was like, so, supportive and like just really fun. And you know what? I think you might know her. Her name's Tony.
Tony's
awesome. Like, get out.
Oh.
So I wrote her. I was like, what the fuck, lady?
Oh, because what was it? Me, Zane, Tony, and Rachel did the that Green Beret Commando Challenge one.
Yep.
The virtual, and then me, Zane, and Tony got together, and we got together again the next day and did the 5K plus. And then. Yeah, and then Zane and Tony again when we went to Bend, and then in August I went with Adam. I signed up. I was going to do my first hurricane heat in Payette at the Boise venue with Adam, and I got injured because of his freaking combat panda rolls, and so Jenna or Rachel and Zane and that were down at Jenna's house, so they picked me up and I hung out with them for a little bit.
Yeah.
But than that, I haven't really seen too many people because of everything going on. And then at work, we've had, like, since this whole thing started last year, we've been housing every COVID positive male inmate in the state.
That's always good.
Yeah.
And then we've had a few outbreaks at my work among the female population. So I've just been kind of hanging out at home. So that way I don't, if I'm infected, I could be asymptomatic and I don't want to risk exposing anybody else and that. So.
And are you not eligible for the vaccination?
Oh, no. I've got my Bill Gates microchip installed.
Yeah. That's what you're calling it too.
Yeah.
Your tracking device.
Yeah. I got it. Well, that's the thing. Like everybody at work, there's those conspiracies. They're like, no, I'm not going to get that because it's a tracking device. They're going to implant a chip in you. And I'm like, do you have a smartphone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah.
Tracking device.
The government's already tracking you then.
You're not that special.
Yeah.
Track. I mean.
I run a conspiracy theory podcast or conspiracy theory radio show, and I'm still like, yeah, no, guys. I mean, this is you're reaching.
I
mean, do I believe Bill Gates is an evil bastard? Yes, but I think you're reaching there.
Yeah.
Yeah. My life is way too boring to be tracked for anything exciting.
Yeah.
And like you said, we all carry cell phones. They know where we're at. So
yeah.
I mean, I've even got an app on my phone where Amber knows where I'm at 24/7. So it's like, whatever, I don't care.
That's because you're a troublemaker.
Oh, I am. So I am. Actually, it was my idea, though. That's what a lot of people are surprised by. What, you let your wife track you? I'm like, it was actually my idea. I mean, to put it on there. They're like, why? I'm like, because I go running all the time. I figure if I eventually don't come home, she can follow the tracker to my dead body. I mean, it's
exactly.
Yeah,
I got the shot, and I mean, it was no big deal. Because I mainly did it for me just because in case I was a close contact, I didn't have to quarantine then.
Yeah.
Because I was vaccinated. So it's like, even though they would pay me to quarantine, and I kept trying to beg them to let me take my COVID quarantine leave, but for some reason they wouldn't let me coincide it with my vacation last summer. I was like, what? I want to take it a week before my 3 weeks off and then a week after my 3 weeks off. And they're like, no, you're not problem. Yeah, I'm like, okay, so well, let me have it to 2 weeks before. But then I didn't even get my full vacation because we had to evacuate the prison because of the fires.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I
you
haven't
got screwed.
Mine. I haven't got mine yet, but I've it's one of those when my turn comes, so it'll come up eventually. So
yeah.
What's that?
No, go ahead.
I'll say I haven't really been exposed to it either. So I mean, I've done even with all the training that I do and going place, I really haven't been. The closest I've had is Zoe had it, my daughter.
Oh wow!
But it was one of those. She was here for like an hour or so with Amber. That within that time, but none of us got it. So Amber was tested, and I was tested, and I've had the antibodies a couple times, and I've never had it. So.
Did she do all right though?
Yeah.
Did she get bad?
She was better. She felt, lost sense of smell for about a week or so and felt crappy for a couple days and then was fine. So right now she's got food poisoning and she says that's worse. So
yeah, I can't even imagine being sick. I think there's something to do with blood type because you have different.
I've read some things about that
across the variety. I mean, you've got old people, you've got party kids, that generation where you're going out and partying, and then you've got athletes, and it affects everybody within those particular types of social groups differently. And some are really, really bad. Some of them, it's like, I got a little bit of a fever.
But it's like that with just about anything. I mean, really. So, I mean, it's just kind of, but I have read that I can't remember which blood type. There's a certain blood type that they say actually it seems to statistics show that they get it worse.
Yeah. Yeah. And I remember at the very beginning, there was some mention about it from the science community, but I mean, it got to a point where I had to just sort of separate myself from any of the chatter going on because it's too much.
It is. It gets too much because the problem is right now, especially on Facebook and all that, it's like me and Sirena mentioned this a couple of times. Yeah. It's always a this or that. There's never a middle ground, and it's just they're trying to split us up more and more, and it's when really if you sit down and talk to someone in person or like this, it's like, oh, okay, I can actually see what your point is. You're not actually disagreeing with, you're not technically agreeing, but you're really not disagreeing. You're just you're somewhere in the middle. Like this is kind of, because I've had a couple of friends I've lost because they were like, you need to wear a mask whenever you leave the house. And I'm like, well, I'm not wearing a mask when I'm out running in a park.
Right.
So you're going to, you're going to do this. It's like, no, if you actually read the guidance, if I'm in a room in a building with someone and we can't maintain social distance outside.
Yeah.
If I can't maintain the 6 feet, then I should wear a mask if I'm outside.
Yeah.
If I'm outside, but
Yeah, I walk a block from where I park to my office. And especially at the beginning, it was like a desert. Downtown Olympia was like a deserted, ghost town. And it was kind of cool because it's those moments where you're like able to sit back and the salt on your ears isn't there.
Yep.
And
so
I would, I'd walk back and forth without a mask because I'm walking alone and there's nobody around. Well, the last, now it's getting to a point where people are out more and the restaurants and stuff are opening. So people are going. And so now there's more people down there. So once in a while, I'll have to dig out my mask. I just have it handy just in case I'm waiting for a light to change.
Oh yeah, we have that all the time. Like my car, I have one in my backpack. I have one in each one of my cars, a multiple in each car. And if I need one, I can grab it real quick. But it's kind of one of those.
Yeah. I don't ever want to be sick.
No, I don't either, but
I'm a baby. Because when I get
that's
sick,
one thing I'm worried about with the races coming back is, I mean, that's, like you said, we can't really socialize. It's right now with Vegas. I haven't seen what they said, what the rules are going to be. They keep saying it's dependent on the venue specific. So on whether there's going to be, spectators or not, most likely it's probably going to be Amber sitting in the car out in the parking lot waiting for me to finish. So,
keep in mind, you're going to be in Arizona.
Yeah. But what I've seen in Arizona, they say that there's no mask mandate in Arizona.
There's no what?
There's no mask mandate in Arizona.
Yeah.
Arizona basically is county specific though. So depending on what county we're in, the county could say something different. But for the state, there's no mask mandate.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, so you might be.
I've saw with everything, like with the Jacksonville race, and then even with the San Antonio this weekend, because Texas is no mask mandate either.
Yeah.
But the last thing I've seen with the last two races is that Spartan is still, hey, we're not going to run the risk. No spectators, no festival. You show up 30 minutes before your wave. You have to have a mask on in the starting corral and in the festival area. And as soon as you cross the start line, you can take it off. And then you can run the race without a mask on. And then right when you cross the finish line, you have to put a mask back on.
Yeah. And they're like, from what I saw, they're handing you medals with the masks with the medal, basically, so you can put a mask on.
Yeah, if you don't have a mask, they'll give you one to put on before they
that's kind of the one thing I'm wondering, but I've a lot of things I've read too, they're saying they're not having water obstacles. So, because that's what I'm wondering. If I put a mask, take my mask off and stuff it in my pocket, by the time I get done, it's going to be soaked and disgusting. I'm not going to put it back on my face. But I have a bunch of for work, I have a bunch of the disposables. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab one of the disposables, take it with me when I walk in. I'll stuff it in my pocket when I go to run. And then when I finish, hopefully it's not soaked. If not, I'll grab whatever they hand me. So
I was wondering what they were going to do. Cat. I was wondering what they were going to do. Stop. Stupid cat. But because, I mean, if you're going through the water obstacles and then all of a sudden your mask gets all wet, I mean, you can't put that back on your mouth afterwards, because one, it's muddy, and two, you can't breathe through it. Yeah.
There was a case, I think it was either up in Canada or something, where some lady almost drowned because she tried swimming with her mask on. But like, that's Darwinism right there, people. But
here's your sign.
I've heard there's not going to be any oh darn, no dunk wall.
I know, right?
So I figured, because like I said, I'm running competitive. I'm like, that's going to be the one thing that's going to slow me down. I mean, I'm just going to have to just dive for the wall, or else I'm not going to be able to do it. And they're like, no water obstacles. I'm like, oh damn.
Yeah. That was the one thing because I saw the course map for San Antonio. There was no dunk wall, and there was no sandbag carry, because they can only have obstacles that they can disinfect. So like the bucket brigade, they can disinfect the buckets after you drop them off, but they can't disinfect the sandbags.
Damn, and I'd rather a sandbag than a bucket.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, now that they say you can put the bucket up on your shoulder, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, true. But then the other thing,
I just roll it on its side, but I'd done that for a long time. I'd actually done. There's a lot of pictures of me holding it, because I never rolled it. I put it in the
you put it right here.
So I was holding it on my bicep, so I'm like, it's not on my shoulders. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Because the other thing that I was reading too, and I think I shared it on the Beast page, where Spartan was kind of changing things up to where they were going to have like sections on the race, where like so like you can time yourself a little bit better to see where your strengths and weaknesses are. Like they were going to have all the heavy carry stuff in one area, and then they were going to have it like, the obstacle dense stuff like multi-rig, monkey bars, the grip strength stuff, the technical obstacles were going to be boom, 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 compacted in an area. And then they were going to have like another section that was just pretty much like open running track. So you can see where your strengths and weaknesses are when it comes to obstacle racing. Are you strong in the heavy carry stuff? And are you lacking in the technical stuff and that? And so, people are like, oh, I don't like that. I like it spread out. But I kind of like that too, because for me, like the heavy carry stuff, I know that's a strength for mine, because, I'm freaking Mongo, pick up, Brock, carry. So, and then I'm okay at certain, the technical obstacles and that, but I thought it was kind of cool. So I guess we'll see, Michael gets out and see if they kind of set it up that way in Vegas.
Yeah.
I'm hoping. I mean, it'd be kind of cool to see what I'm good at, because I know I was playing around this weekend and I was actually able to finally do the rope climb.
Oh, good.
Jesse. So Brian K's, I've had so many people show me how to do it, and I'm just like, and I just couldn't do it. And Brian's like showed me the J hook, and for whatever reason, this time thing clicked and I went and right through it.
Wow.
So we'll see if I can do that at the race.
Yeah. I'm sure you can.
Yeah.
Me and my
Okay.
stupid height issue, it's like I get like I get a little bit up and I'm like, okay, I'm too far off the ground. I'm like half a foot. And I freak out. Oh man. Well, where are you guys staying then? Are you in Montana?
I'm staying at the same house that I've always been. Brandon and
Yeah.
Dawn are working on getting the barracks. So we're gonna have our
Yeah.
little that house that we get every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you going, Justin?
We're actually staying at shoot, I don't know. Jenna reached out to me, and so wherever she got the house.
The same one as 2 years ago?
No, it's a different one this time.
Oh, okay.
It's on the other side of the lake.
Okay.
So kind of like before, when you take, I don't know, when you go through Polson and start heading towards Kalispell that way, right before you get into Kalispell, there's that road, I think, that goes towards the venue back to Flathead Lake area.
Right.
So it's somewhere around there. I don't know. It's like 20 minutes from the venue.
That's not bad.
Is what she said. So
yeah, I was looking for places with the timeshare that we have, and there's one like Columbia Falls or something like that. It's like 30 minutes away.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the weather and the roads are going to be like to know if that's a 30 minutes without snow and ice.
There's usually there hasn't been, really snow or ice, the years we've been there. So.
Right.
By May, it's
That's
usually
my hope.
pretty, clear.
Yeah. Yeah. We have a friend who lives in Kalispell too. At least right now, I guess she's thinking about moving. So I don't know. It's still so up in the air, and like both Chris wants to do it so she can race.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would, with the lack of training that I've done over the last 2 years, really, since with school, I don't think I would try a beast, but I would certainly want to do the sprint and super.
Yeah.
I
don't know. It's called Charming Historic Cottage near the lake in Somers. So it looks like it's just right off of 93 there.
Yeah, like I said, the one we're at, it's the one we've been at for the last couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. Going. Well, you were gone.
Yeah, I missed.
That was the year you had surgery.
Yep, I had surgery in 18, or 19, so I missed it. And then 20, it just didn't happen. So.
Yeah, we really need to pull the trigger, because if we go, then I have to adjust my schedule. And I've got hearings when I get back, so I have to come back with enough time to make sure that I'm kind of back in that mental space. But I'd have to move my schedule around a little bit.
Yeah.
The week before. Are you guys going down on Thursday or Friday?
We're doing what we always do. We always leave Thursday. Thursday after work, we drive to Idaho, find a hotel for the night, usually in, I can never remember the town.
Coeur d'Alene?
Close Falls. So we stay in Close Falls for the night, and then Friday we finish our drive out.
Yeah. Man. Yeah. Well, I'll talk to Chris. I want to see. Do you know, did Brandon book the house? Mike?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I saw him on Friday and he said it's all set up. Him and Dawn have been working on it.
I'll reach out to, if we end up going, see if there's any room still. Because that would be easiest. I don't know if he has any room, but
I think so. I think they're still trying to, find people to fill up the place. I mean, Brandon will pack people in like sardines if he can, but Dawn's trying to keep that from happening, because I'm like, I'm like, the reason I stay there is because I always get my own bedroom.
Yeah.
I'm like, if that doesn't happen, I ain't staying there.
Yeah. And I don't mind sharing a room, but we have Tristan, and And like her schedule, I mean, she does better now, but you know, because we talked about going and bringing grandma so that she could watch Tristan while we both go race.
Yeah.
But like I said, I won't do a beast. So if anything, I'll volunteer. If they still have volunteers, I don't even know if they're doing
Yeah,
that
they do.
right now.
I know there's been looking
Okay.
for street team volunteers for everything. So
Yeah. So yeah, I figured do that and then race on Sunday. I'll reach out to Brandon and ask. And I mean, that's going to kind of determine thing. I don't know. I want to
So
go,
it's
but I
tough.
just want to visit.
Yeah. It's tough because it's one of those things you want to visit. And I mean, it's getting better now with a lot of people being vaccinated and everything else. It's a lot easier to visit. You know, it's just, I know a lot of people are still worried about that. And that's been my biggest thing with a lot of this is, you know, I know a lot of people are like one side or the other on whether they, you know, want to visit and want to socialize. And I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
whatever, you go with whoever's the most conservative. I'm not conservative, I guess isn't the right word, but you know what I mean?
No.
If you're worried about
The
being
comfort level.
and the lowest, you know, the comfort level, the lowest. If someone has comfort level, they want to wear a mask for every event and somebody else doesn't, I'm wearing the mask because I'm going with their comfort level because it's like, that's the way you should do it. So, and that's kind of thing. So I think a lot of this year is going to be that. It's going to be a real push to see who's at what comfort level. And I mean, really respecting other people's comfort level.
Yeah. And that's going to be the hard part. I mean, I've talked to a few people who do a lot of traveling, have done a lot of traveling through all of this. And it's like, you know, everybody has their own level of comfort. For me and Chris, it's like by May, we should both be vaccinated by then. But Tristan can't get vaccinated. So it's like, that's why we put everything on hold. Like we talked about going, Disneyland's starting to open up, but we're not going to go this year. So we thought, well, maybe we go to Disney World because things are established already there. But again, she's not going to go run around licking on doorknobs and stuff, but she can still get exposed. Yeah. And so the risk is not necessarily for me. Wait, I missed what you said.
I said, she's not Chris.
She's not Chris looking on doorknobs. Only when she's drunk.
Yep.
No, so I mean, for me, it doesn't matter. Like I feel like if I get sick or Chris gets sick, we'll be fine. You know, we'll come out on the other side. But Tristan gets it. She's already, you know, weekends.
Yeah.
That's just a fear, you know, and it's like, honestly, it's not worth it to me to risk her life.
No. And I get that. And that's one of the things, like I've had a lot of people, you know, because I've got some friends that, you know, are completely against all this. And they're like, let's go out and do this and party and do all that. And I'm like, you know, I get it, you know, but it's then other friends that want to wear a mask and not go out. And it's like, okay, cool. That's your prerogative in your life. So, and I see a lot of comedians, because now all of a sudden, like with comedy opening back up, you know, a lot of clubs and stuff, you know, I'm booking shows again, you know, on the Brandon Valentine side. And that's one of my first questions is usually I'll reach out to comics, say, hey, are you doing live shows yet? You know, and I've had quite a few that, you know, say, no, I'm not. I'm like, okay, you know, let me know when you are and I'll love to book you, but I'm not going to, you know.
I don't mind going out and wearing a mask, even if I'm in a group of people who don't wear masks. I mean, I can wear a mask. I'm a big girl. I can wash my hands, you know, I can give you a hug and, you know, not lick my arms. Not lick your cheek. No Snoopy kisses.
I'm not, it's not what happened last time I saw you.
Shh.
Don't tell anyone.
So when is your next comedy show in Tacoma?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I gotta look. It's just been doing the open mics for now. So so hopefully I'll start getting on to more bigger shows again. It's just waiting for things to open up, and right now it's a rush. Everyone's rushing, like, oh my God, it's live comedy. Give me some time. So I'm gonna give it a few months, and hopefully things will die down a little bit.
I've only had a year to prepare. What do you mean?
Well, all my new jokes, a lot of them are about the fact that I've lost weight. So I mean,
well, you can't do the weight jokes anymore.
No, that's what I tell everyone. I can't do the fat jokes anymore. So people look at you like you're a jerk when you do fat jokes when you're not fat. So Like I told him, I had this great joke when I was bigger. I was like, this is what Thor looked like if he had a spoon instead of a hammer. Now I'm like, this looks like if he had a crack pipe. I mean,
Oh man, I think you lost weight. I found it.
I lost quite a bit, and it was one thing I've actually gained a little bit back, and it's a lot of people tell me it's good because I did hit a point when I hit the 100 pounds lost where it was like, I
Yeah,
was
you were
starting to
looking a
really
little gaunt there.
looking a little bit too much. I'm like, yeah, I should probably put a little bit back on. So yeah.
I know. I was
Little
gonna
cushion.
say when I saw you in October, I mean, you looked good, but I was gonna, make the comment that you kind of looked like an Auschwitz survivor there in October, Mike.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had one of my old bosses said if I didn't follow you on Facebook, I would think you have cancer. I'm like, I'm not sure if that's a compliment or not, but
Do I get a Make-A-Wish out of it? Because
yeah, do I get a Make-A-Wish? I mean,
Yeah, exactly. You could be like, no, I don't have cancer. I was following the Tom Hanks Philadelphia diet.
there
there you go.
Or the Wilson diet. Or
Yeah.
what is that? Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Castaway diet.
Castaway.
Yeah, so
It used to be one of our go-to movies when we would come home after drinking. That and Judge Dredd.
I've never watched Castaway, so.
Oh man, I've watched it drunk many times.
Yeah, no, so I've been putting a little bit back on, trying to lift weights again, lift weights a little bit, get a little bit muscular. Because that was one thing. Like it was like October when I did the race. There are a lot of the weight exercises. I was dying. When they're like, do all the push-ups, do the sit-ups, do all that stuff. I'm like, I'm gonna freaking die. So the only thing I had a little bit of an issue with was the vest because I'd been wearing the vest and doing a bunch of running with the vest, but none of the other stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna have to figure out how to get over these obstacles without the extra weight too. Like I have a feeling you're gonna go to pull yourself up and you're gonna like fly over the obstacle.
Yeah. I was playing it at Jesse's house the other day, and like I said, I was doing the monkey bars and doing it a couple different ways, and then doing that. So it's like there's a little bit there. I need to work on my upper body strength a little bit, but the big ones I'm worried about is like the Herc hoist.
Oh, you'll be fine.
Because I would just lean back a little bit with my weight, and I could just pull it up because I was heavy enough to hold it. But,
yeah, no, you'll be fine because I've done it with, before I gained the extra weight that I did, and I used to do it, and I'm not a terribly strong upper body person.
Like, see, it's not really the upper body part. I'm worried more about being pulled up by it.
Yeah, well, you'll be fine. Use your foot so you don't, drop it.
Yeah.
And have to burpee because of that, but yeah, you'll be fine.
That's the fun part. I always remember being in the open where you'd see those people like get at the top and just let go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know we're watching.
That's not the way it's supposed to work.
Yeah. We're watching old episodes of Boundless, and Hunter McIntyre is on one of them, and they did a Spartan race. I think they were in Tahoe, and I think it was 17, I think is when they were in Tahoe. And the SISU run, they've I don't know. She's yelling at me from the other room.
I think I'm doing the Pacific Northwest CSU or whatever it's called this year. So
yeah,
I've got a couple people trying to talk me into it. So I think I'm gonna be on one team or another. So
it'll be fine. Chris wants to do it too.
There's a bunch of people who want to do it. So I think I think there's gonna be at least one team BeastNet, maybe a couple. So I know.
Okay.
So I know I'm on one of them already. So there might be another one.
You can do more than one team?
You just whatever. I mean, we'd be against each other, but it's still fine.
You're like, if it's fast enough, I'm on this team. If it's slow enough, I'm on this team.
Yeah, no, I'm running. I think it's going to be with Lisa and Audra. At this point. So I had been talking to Tatiana and another person about it, but I haven't heard back from them. So I think I'm going to run it with Lisa and Audra. So. And then
is that virtual or is it organized?
No, it's an organized one. It's like 24 hours and how many miles you can do as a team in 24 hours. Dang. Out on the trails. It's crazy. So it's going to be a fun one. So
is it you going all together as a team, or is it like a relay?
It's a relay. I mean, but it's one of those you can do all together at the same time. So like I can be running while Lisa's running, while Audra's running, and then one of us can take a nap while the other one runs. And I mean, it's just how much you can get between the three of you within 24 hours, from what it sounds like to me anyway. So
yeah, because I was talking. I talked to Lisa one time when they did the one in 19.
Yep.
You know, when they like surprisingly got second place. Yeah, she said that they had like a short loop, like a middle loop, and then a long loop. So they have like a loop that was like 12 miles.
Yeah.
One that was 6 miles, and then they'd have a 3-mile loop. And so, yeah, like you could go out and run as many loops as you wanted, or like if like Lisa was saying that she would go out and do the 3-mile loop, and Tessa would go do the 12-mile loop at the same time. And then somebody, when Lisa would come back, then the other gal would go out and do the 6-mile loop. And then when she got back, Lisa would go out and do a loop. And
yeah,
so it's just,
so it'll be interesting with the three of us. Cause the one thing was, I know with them, they were working the Tessa's food truck while they were doing all that too. So someone had to be there doing the food truck. So we won't have that. We'll just be, I think you just kind of have all your stuff in one spot and you can have food and whatever, and just keep going for it. So it's going to be it sounds horrible, but
so
sounds like a horrible
What else
idea,
is new?
It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
What else is new?
I got to jump off. I got to go eat dinner and then go to bed because I'm old.
And work early in the morning.
Yeah, I get up at 3 a.m. for work. So
yeah.
My schedule tomorrow, I don't have to start teaching till 10, so I don't have to get up till like 8.
Dang.
Yeah, but I get off work at 12:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah, so you're off a lot earlier than I am. So
I don't know about that even. It's not worth it.
You guys are breaking for lunch. I'm going home.
Yeah.
I don't break for lunch. I eat at my desk.
But then again, when you guys are going to work at 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm eating lunch at work.
Yes. See.
So it's the trade-off, but
yeah.
But yeah. So
all right. Well, it's been fun catching up with you all again. We got to do this more often. So
I know. And we didn't even get to do the thing that I was thinking of, doing the interviewee type of thing.
Yeah, we need to do that sometime. So this has just been fun talking and chatting with everyone. We should definitely do that. So I recorded it all, and Don's gonna do whatever with this. I don't care, but
we can do it when Mike back from Vegas, and we can interview him about the Vegas race and the new Spartan protocols and all that.
So we'll set up. We'll in our group chat. We'll talk and figure out what day we want to do it when I get back from Vegas, and we can talk about the protocols and all that fun stuff.
Let's do it.
Cool.
Yeah, right. I want to make a drinking game out of it too.
Nice.
Does your business need first aid, AED, OSHA, flagging, or other safety training? James Safety Services is your one-stop shop. Find them on Facebook today at James Safety Services WA and ask for a quote on hosting your training needs.
Thanks for listening to the BeastNet podcast. If you haven't done it yet, find us on Facebook, like and share the podcast. Give us a review on iTunes or Spotify. All these things will help to expand the show in the future. Don't forget to subscribe and let us know what you think and what you'd like to hear.